What's up? It's your brother, your cousin, your friend, your nephew, but I can't be your son. It's your kinfolk, Will Henry with God's Will Fitness, and thank y'all for tuning in today, right? Thank y'all for giving me your ear. Thank you for giving me your attention, your focus, right? Because I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna use it to give back. I'm gonna use it to spread the message, spread the word, spread the love. I'm gonna show love to the ones that show love back, right? So today I want to talk about a topic that I discussed on my blog. And if you want to be on my newsletter, if you want to be on my emailing list, just comment on the video below with your email and I'll add you there, and you'll get all the updates. You'll get all the emails as soon as I make them. Okay? So the topic was inside out, and we're talking about transformation. We're talking about changing your body composition. We're talking about achieving an aesthetic goal, and to be honest, it doesn't have to be aesthetic, but when we talk about transformation, when we talk about change, that's what comes in mind most of the time. That's the thing that we put into play, is either weight loss, body fat loss, or just gaining muscle. Something that's, when people gonna look at you, they're gonna see that you're different. They're gonna see that something's not the same, right? So I said inside out. So the real transformation has to take place on the inside, right? It doesn't start with going to the gym. It doesn't start with doing a workout, doing your cardio. It doesn't start in the kitchen with your nutrition. It starts in your mind, because you have to make up in your mind that you're gonna do it. You have to make up in your mind that you're gonna be disciplined, that you're gonna be willing to sacrifice, that you're going to not fall victim to temptation. And because we're tempted on an everyday basis as humans, as people in general, you know, we're tempted with sin, we're tempted with self-destruction, we're tempted with things that are not going to be beneficial to our lives, right? You know, you're broke, you want money, you might be tempted with the thought of robbing a bank, but that doesn't mean that you're gonna do it, because you know the risks that are involved. You know the consequences of doing something like that. And that's the same thing when it comes to fitness, and when it comes to nutrition, when it comes to the outward things getting into you, when it comes to the external distractions that's getting in your way, right? Those are temptations. So we have to be disciplined. We have to have a mindset. We have to have a mind frame, right? You really gotta put your mind to it. So the change has to start within. It has to start with you being in control of your emotions, right? Being in control of your feelings, because sometimes people can be emotional eaters. Sometimes when people are not in a good mood, they might not want to go to the gym, they might not want to work out. And so that's the thing, you have to be in control of those emotions, because if they control you, then they're gonna determine your actions, and that action is gonna determine the outcome of what you're trying to do. When you know you're putting your best foot forward, when you're trying to achieve these goals, that outcome, right? So we got to keep our emotions in check. We got to keep our mood in alignment. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the internal things that we can control. Our attitude, right? Our effort. How hard are we gonna work when we get there? Are we just gonna do enough to get by, or are we gonna burn the optimal amount of calories? Or are we gonna burn the maximum amount of calories that our heart rate will allow? Will we go to failure? Will we go to that uncomfortable place, right? We call it the unfamiliar, a place that your body might not be used to, a place that your legs might get wobbly, your arms might feel like noodles, right? That's the unfamiliar, something that you haven't experienced, something that your body hasn't been exposed to. And so sometimes when it comes to changing from the inside out, right, the inside is, right, the effort that you're gonna give. These are the things that you can control, your effort and your attitude. So it all boils down to the things that you can control, right? And the inside out is the mental part, right? I try to stress the mental part about fitness. I try to stress the spiritual essence of fitness, right? And the spiritual essence is the heart, your willpower, your feelings, your emotions, like your heart, like what is within you, What's within you? Let's see what's really within you. Are you going to quit when times get hard, or are you going to persevere? Like, that's the spirit. The mentality is just being consistent, right? Having the mindset, having the mind frame, having the state of mind that these things can be achievable if you have the discipline, if you're willing to sacrifice. And so that's the thing. You have to have all these things in line. You have to have all these things working in harmony, as I said before. But your body doesn't have authority over your spirit. Your body doesn't have authority over your mind. Your mind, your spirit, they have authority over your body. So unless you can master that aspect of fitness, unless you can master those elements, then you won't see the change that you need to see, that you want to see, that you've been longing for some time. It's not painful enough. They haven't talked about you enough. They haven't made fun of you enough. They haven't laughed at you enough. You know what I'm saying? It's not painful. Like, the clothes that was feeling uncomfortable, they weren't tight enough. You had enough money to buy some bigger sizes, so it was okay, but you haven't got to that real uncomfortable spot. You haven't got to that real spot to where it's so painful, it's so heart-wrenching, it's so hard that the only thing you can do is change. The only thing that you can do is try something that you haven't done before, because it's the things that you haven't done before is gonna get you the goals and get you the results that you want. So once again, the transformation starts from the inside out. So whenever you see somebody that's changed, whenever you see somebody that's had a transformation, know that their mind has changed. Something had to change within in their thinking to get those results, right? So it's your boy Will Henry with God's Will Fitness.